From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Hill looks to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Hill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Lance going to sneak it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Christian McCaffrey unable to get to the marker. And this defense will take over right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Kamara try the right side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The Niners at 7-3 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Lance now on 1st down.
And he will find his man Samuel. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hill now to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down to force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
He'll get this to his running back, Benjamin. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 24, Lance. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. On first down, Lance. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. McCaffrey on the counter. And some room to run now. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain.
Touchdown! Will Fuller, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. He'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. And they looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these all...
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, yeah, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
From just shy of midfield, Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.